Scott Lobdell, born 1963, is an American comic book writer. He also wrote the script to the 2017 slasher film Happy Death Day. Early career. Lobdell did not begin to read comics until he was 17 years old, while lying in bed after lung surgery. Later, he went to college to study psychology, but quit 2 years later when he began to write. While in college, he wrote for the college newspaper and interviewed Marvel editor Al Milgrom. Lobdell started submitting various stories to Marvel, but was systematically rejected by various editors, including Tom DeFalco. Later, DeFalco started editing Marvel Comics Presents, a bi-weekly book, requiring many writers, pencilers and inkers. Lobdell submitted a story about a character from Contest of Champions. Because the characters involved were rather obscure, DeFalco did not need to extract approval from other editors, and he decided to give Lobdell a chance. Marvel Comics. In 1990s, Lobdell became known for his work on Marvel Comics X-Men-related titles, specifically Uncanny X-Men, the main title itself, and the spin-off series that he conceived with artist Chris Bachalo, Generation X. He wrote the first 28 issues of Generation X, and at one point was writing both main X-Men titles for a lengthy run. Generation X focused on a number of young mutant students who attempted to become superheroes in their own right at a separate school with the guidance of veteran X-related characters Banshee and Emma Frost. He also had runs with the Excalibur and X-Factor titles. Scott Lobdell was the primary creative force behind most of the major X title-related storylines, especially the major crossovers, throughout a majority of the 1990s, including Executioner's Song, Fatal Attractions, Phalanx Covenant, Age of Apocalypse, The Onslaught Saga, and Operation Zero Tolerance. He returned briefly to Marvel in 2001 to try and tie up loose ends he left behind and wrote one last storyline, dubbed Eve of Destruction. Many of the concepts and even characters created by Scott Lobdell and fellow X-Men writer Fabian Nicieza were used throughout the run of the popular 1990s X-Men, the animated series. Lobdell is even referenced in episode number 46 of the show, One Man's Worth, where he poses as a human used to fuel Trevor Fitzroy's mutant power to travel through time. The scene shows Master Mold saying, "Lobdell, I have a job for you." Quote. He is then grabbed by Fitzroy, who absorbs his life energy and creates a time portal. Lobdell had writing stints on Marvel's Daredevil, Alpha Flight and The Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix miniseries with artist Gene Ha. He also wrote several of the first issues of the Heroes Reborn reboots of both Iron Man and Fantastic Four. Lobdell was responsible for having the Marvel Comics character Northstar come out as a homosexual, while the character's orientation had been hinted at previously by other writers. Marvel had a "no openly gay characters" policy in place during the Jim Shooter editorial years. Lobdell broke from this, having Northstar out himself publicly as a gay superhero in order to bring attention to the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Royalties from that issue were donated to the Elizabeth Glaser Pediatric AIDS Foundation. He would later introduce the first new gay superhero of DC's New 52 relaunch, codenamed Bunker, to the Teen Titans lineup. This would be the most prominent gay character in the team's history since Hero Cruz joined Titans LA for a single issue. Other work. Lobdell wrote the script to Stan Lee's Mosaic and an upcoming film from POW Entertainment featuring Ringo Starr. He also participated in the Marvel Comics and Image Comics from Jim Lee's Wildstorm crossover miniseries WILDC. A. T. S. X-Men. As of August 2008, Lobdell is the regular writer for Galaxy Quest, a series published by IDW Publishing, with art by Elias Kiriatzis, centered on the eve of the relaunch of the Galaxy Quest series. Now titled Galaxy Quest, the journey continues. To date, he has written the majority of the Hardy Boys graphic novel series by Papercutz. Lobdell has also performed as a stand-up comedian. Lobdell created Paranormal Activity: The Search for Katie with art from Mark Badger. It was released in December 2009 on iPhone. Lobdell wrote the screenplay for Blumhouse's slasher film Happy Death Day. The film was released on October 13, 2017 by Universal Pictures. DC Comics. In 2011, Lobdell took on the writing duties for Red Hood and the Outlaws, which debuted as part of DC Comics' company-wide title relaunch. The New 52, and a new Teen Titans comic starring Red Robin, Superboy, Wonder Girl, Kid Flash and 3 new characters. His run on Teen Titans ended with Volume 4 Issue 30. The series was relaunched soon afterwards with writer Will Pfeiffer and art provided by Kenneth Rockefit. The team now comprises Red Robin, Wonder Girl, Bunker and new members Raven and Beast Boy. On July 19, 2011, Lobdell announced a creator-owned book called Awesome that he was working on in conjunction with Elias Kiriatzis. Awards. His work has won him recognition in the comic books industry, such as a nomination for the Comics Buyer's Guide Award for Favorite Writer in 1997. Personal life. During a Q&A for the New 52 and his career as a writer, he has answered a question about why he does not have a social media outlet anymore. His reasons for this include his accidental spillover from his personal to professional life and his run-in with Ron Mars on Twitter over Miles Morales and the Man of Steel casting of Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White. Controversy. In 2011, his portrayal of Starfire in the first issue of Red Hood and the Outlaws came under fire. The writing of the character was scrutinized by comics media and fans. Lobdell would later express that Corey's perceptions as an alien are not meant to be the same as humans on all things, and that she will often challenge Roy and Jason Todd's views. He would also go on to say he felt the derogatory comments from readers about her portrayal were far worse than anything in the actual book, and that the arc should be judged in full for a true sense of her character, and that he would not stand up in a movie theater and shout out the ending to relieve the controversy at the cost of the story. In 2013, Scott Lobdell apologized to comic book artist, writer Mara Naomi for sexually harassing her on stage. During the Prism Comics panel at Long Beach Comic Con, Mara Naomi submitted an article to Zoyani discussing how she felt harassed by a fellow panelist when he questioned her sexuality on stage, made offensive comments about her appearance and Asian racial features, and made sexually inappropriate jokes about her during the panel. Mara Naomi did not name her harasser, but Scott Lobdell later admitted that he was the panelist in question, and issued an apology to Mara Naomi through Heidi MacDonald, chief editor of ComicsBeat.com. Bibliography. Angel. Only Human. The Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix. 4-issue miniseries. Alpha Flight Volume 3 No. 1-12. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. With Fabian Nicieza. No. 47-59. Daredevil No. 376-379. The Darkness No. 23-38. Excalibur No. 31. No. 35-41. No. 53. No. 58-60. No. 68-71. No. 75-82. Fantastic Four number 1 to 3, 4 to 5, with Chris Claremont, 1998. Galaxy Quest number 1 to 5, Gen Cubed number 45 to 54, Generation X number 1 to 28, Ghostbusters, Displaced Aggression number 1 to 4, Iron Man number 1 to 7, 1996, Manifest Eternity number 1 to 6, Wildstorm, 2006, Uncanny X-Men number 286 to 349, 350, with Steven Seagal, number 390 to 393, Wildcats number 1 to 9, 1997, X Factor number 90 to 95, number 106, X-Men, Volume 2, number 6 to 11, number 46 to 69, number 110 to 113. Notes. Official website. Scott Lobdell on IMDb.